Welcome to PPP, People, Planet and Profit on Nta Ibadan Network Center. It's a beautiful evening and I'm welcoming you to this program today. It's going to be a very special program as we have a guest in the house that we're going to look at one of the major objectives of sustainable development goals in the house today, and that's all about agriculture, and that's what we're going to delve in today. I want to welcome you to PPP on this station. My name is Olusegun Ogunbayi. You know, on this program we always have our major focus on sustainable development goals and be able to look at some up to the third goal in the house. We've done a lot when it comes to the second goal in the sustainable development goals, which is all about no to hunger. That's all about food sustainability and agriculture. I welcome you one more time to PPP on Nta Ibadan Network Center. Before I introduce my guests to you, we want to quickly go for a short break. And before then, let me tell you, lórí ètò yìí, a rí pé gbèdégbèyọ̀ la máa ń ṣe lórí ètò yìí. Tòní ètò ní yàtọ̀ bí a ti máa ń ṣe. Àwọn iṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè ètò lálòpẹ́, ó ní àwọn kan tá a máa ń wò, tá a sì máa ń gbẹnu sí, tá a máa ń wo fínífíní ní orí ètò yìí. Pé kí ni ojúṣe àwa tí a jẹ́ aráàlú, kí ni ojúṣe àwọn tó jẹ́ olórí, kí ni ọ̀nà wo láti gbégbà, àbáyọrí wo láti rí àti àṣeyọrí wo ló ti dé bá wa. Àwọn nǹkan tá a máa ń gbéyẹ̀wò rèé, tá a máa ń wò pé bóò ló ti kàn wá sí àti pé kíkàn tó kàn wá bóò ló ti ní ipa nínú ayé wa sí. Ohun tá a máa ń gbéyẹ̀wò ní orí ètò yìí, we look at the sustainable development goals and how far we've been able to achieve those goals in this country called Nigeria. Welcome one more time to PPP. I'll be back in 60 seconds. Please don't go away.
Ìyá tó mi ṣé ò sí kí tó ń gbé kí báyìí.
Tóbi ló bá mọ̀ ní látàná báyìí ló ti ń sùn ló ń bì. Mo bá sì ní gbé lọ ilé ìwòsàn ló bá ní kí n lọ wá $1,50 wá.
Èyí ti jẹ́ ètò tí àti mo sọ fún ọjọ́ òní ò ṣe ni.
Bàbá ọkọ mi owó náà ló já mi ń tàn mọ́ tí ń fi ṣe.
Àtàmọ́ sọ fún yín náà nù wò ó sábà gbà lọ́ọ̀ mi ọjà yé àmọ́ bí tọ́mọ tí a náà dé nígbà lọ́ọ́ lè yanjú ẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣe.
Gbọ́ o owó tí mo fún ọ kọ́ lọ fi tọ́jú ọmọ rẹ̀ ní ìsìn ṣùgbọ́n ní kété tára rẹ̀ bá ti yá kọ́ lọ ṣe kíní ajójútòfò ó ṣe àti mo sọ fún ọ. Ó ti yé mi.
Ó dà fún yín òun náà mo lọ ní ìsìn.
Dákun ọ̀rẹ́ wa. Èwo tún ni ẹ̀ ń pè ní Óṣíà?
Óṣíà ni ètò adójútòfò fún ètò ìlera tíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gbé kalẹ̀ kó lè jẹ́ rọrùn fún tolórí tẹlẹ́mù.
Bíi ti bóò ni àti pé sọ́jọ́rú àwa iná lẹ̀.
Bọ́ ọ bá ti san $8,000 péré odidi ọdún kan ló fi jàǹfààní ètò ìlera ọ̀fẹ́. Ẹ̀kọ́ tó wá tán bẹ́ẹ̀ o kódà bọ́ bá ṣe fún ìyàwó rẹ̀ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ni ó bímọ bó bá fẹ́ bímọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Dákun ṣé mo lè ṣe fún gbogbo ìdílé mi?
Ẹ dákun bàbá ọkọ mi ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ń bá lọ.
Ẹ ṣeun ìfàlẹ́fẹ́ mo mọ̀ yín tó bá ṣe fún ìyàwó rẹ̀ àtọmọ méjì yóò san $22,000 fún ìjọba àmọ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ bá jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ tọ́lọ́run ṣe tó bímọ bí ehoro owó fowó kún o.
Yọ san kò burú ń bọ̀ láti ṣe.
Óṣíà ní ilé-iṣẹ́ adójútòfò ti ìlera tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gbé kalẹ̀ láti rí i pé gbogbo aráàlú ló jẹ àǹfààní ìlera tó múnádóko tí kò sì mú ìnira dání. Óṣíà bí ọ̀fẹ́ ni.
Welcome back, still PPP from Nta Ibadan Network Center. I have a guest in the house this wonderful afternoon. Of course, our major center today is going to be on agriculture, and we're going to look at certain sector of agriculture in Nigeria today. Let me take you through the memory line before I introduce my guest to you. You know, on assumption of office of this present administration, that is the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, they do made a promise to diversify the economy by focusing on agriculture. And don't forget, research and development are key to this diversification program all over the world, not only in Nigeria, all over the world. And today, we shall be playing host to a research institute in the city of Ibadan. And when I say a research institute, of course, one of the foremost research institutes in the city of Ibadan and in Nigeria, of course. And that's talking about IART, Institute of Agricultural Research and Training. This institute has been in the forefront of agricultural research work in Nigeria. We shall be specifically looking at Kenaf as an economic plant in this country. A lot of people will be wondering, what's Kenaf? We are going to know a lot about Kenaf today. It's my pleasure to introduce a plant virologist, Dr. Kaide Karim, the head of Kenaf and Jute program, improvement program, right?
Yes,
in IRT. Welcome to PPP, ma.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Yeah, good to have you. Let's look at what's a plant virologist before I delve into asking my questions about what we have today. Okay. You're a plant virologist. What is it all about? People want to know.
A plant virologist is the person that works and research on plant viruses. Plant viruses are minute microorganisms. They are called minute particles, which have either DNA or RNA, but never both, in a single virus, and which are obligate parasites, meaning that they cannot live outside their host. So they are obligate in nature.
Ìbéèrè tí mo béèrè o, àwọn alẹ́ mọ̀ wò mí pé kí ni ìbéèrè tí mo tún béèrè? Plant virologist ni àlejò mi tó wà nílé, Dr. Kehinde Karim, àwọn ni head of Kenyatta Youth Improvement Program láti IART ní Ibadan bí. Ẹ rí i pé mo kọ́ béèrè pé ẹ̀ǹtẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ yìí plant virologist ni kí n túmọ̀ rẹ̀. Plant virologist tẹ́ ẹ bá sọ plant mo rẹ̀ pé ewé kò ní plant. Tani virologist ó wà nípa àwọn bí àwọn
kòkòrò tí a kò lè fi ojú rí. Àwọn viruses yẹn tún wá kéré sí bacteria fungi tí a mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, àwọn kéré gan.
Iṣẹ́ ìwádìí tẹ́yìn ṣe nù níta gboyè lé lórí nù ẹ máa wá kòkòrò kínú. Okay, let's look at it this way. Given the pivotal role of research, has this administration been sufficiently supportive in this area to achieve its diversification program? You know, that is what everybody is saying, diversification. Have this government really been very supportive? You belong to an agric institute, a research institute for that matter. How has it been?
Well, the federal government has been assisting in the area of researches. They are very supportive, and we are also trying to put in our best to ensure that we move the institute and Nigeria forward.
So the government have been very supportive?
Yes, sir. They have been very supportive. They usually give us fund for carrying out our researches, and we are also trying our best to ensure that we put in our best to be able to give the best results, which will move Nigeria forward.
In a normal climb, what goes around that people like us get to understand is that the reason why most of these agric institutes look for foreign grants is because the federal government have not been doing enough. Why go for foreign grants when you are satisfied with what the federal government is giving you?
Well, they are trying, but we need to increase our visibility. We cannot just stay here and be comfortable with what we are doing. The whole world needs to know what we are doing. So that's why we get foreign grants to carry out researches so that everybody in the world will know what we are doing. So we are not only domiciled in Nigeria, we are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes,
let's go at it. What is the situation in IART when it comes to research? Have you got to the point whereby you are satisfied? You say, okay, I think we are doing our best and we are getting great results for what we are doing. What is the situation in IART?
Well, I cannot.
Or you are overfunded?
No, we are not overfunded. Well, I cannot say that we are satisfied with what we are doing. We need to still strive to ensure that we get the best results, because everything is dynamic. So if we say that we are satisfied and we just feel relaxed, then we'll find out that we are not moving. But with putting in our efforts to ensure that we meet up with the target, the rate at which technology is going, then I think we are trying in that aspect.
The end users of research are the farmers.
Yes, sir.
Of course, your research will teach them best farming practices and how where to go about their various products or farm produce or whatever. What is the, if you evaluate what you have been doing in your research in your institute, what is the feedback that you get from most of these farmers as the end users of your research?
Okay, we are getting good results from the end users. For instance, now we have KNAV farmers. They are called KEPMAN, KNAV KNAV Producers, Processors and Manufacturer Association of Nigeria. So we work hand in hand with them, and they give us good feedback. We are impressed with their feedback.
With the feedback.
Yes.
Now, let me go to KENAF now. As the head of programs for youth and KENAF improvement in high hierarchy, KENAF to some people will be a strange name, a strange word. What is KENAF? Should I put it together, KENAF and youth? What is KENAF?
All right, sir. KENAF is a fiber and industrial crop. It grows to about 5 meters in height, and it completes its cycle within 3 to 5 months. It's used in making sacks, the type of sacks that that are used in packaging farm produce like cocoa, cowpea, maize, soybean, and so on. So then KENAF is also used in making as a component, is a component of POP, that is the fiber that is used in making POP ceiling board. KENAF fiber is used in making paper pulp. The paper made from KENAF fiber is far better from the ones made from wood. Then it is also used in bioremediation of polluted soils.
Ìbéèrè tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn ìbò tẹ́ sọ yìí náà ẹ jẹ́ tó fọ wẹ́wẹ́wẹ́ kí ni KENAF tá à ń sọ pa tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin ni ẹ jẹ́ ọ̀gá ní ìgbọ́nù ìṣètò àti ìwádìí lórí KENAF tí à ń sọ yìí a rí pé bí ara àwọn nǹkan oko náà ni KENAF yìí kí ni jẹ́ KENAF kí ni ìwúlò rẹ̀ àti pé bó ni ó ti lè jẹ́ nǹkan tí gbogbo ayé gbà. Torí èmi ò ní ìsìn mo ṣe ń rí KENAF báyìí ní ìsìn mo ṣe ń gbọ́ báyìí náà ní ìsìn ni kí ni ìwúlò KENAF àti pé kí n KENAF gangan kí là ń lò fún.
Ẹ ṣé sà, orúkọ KENAF ní Yorùbá ni ọmọ òkun.
Ọmọ òkun ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
Ó jọ èyí tá a fi ṣe èyí tí ó lù tó máa fi ń ṣe kàìnkàìn àbí wo.
Ó fẹ́ dàbí kíní tó fi ń ṣe aṣọ òfì. So ó dẹ̀ máa fi ń ṣe oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. Like wọ́n máa fi ń ṣe, wọ́n lè fi ṣe okùn tó fi ń mú ẹja, wọ́n lè fi ṣe bàtà, wọ́n lè fi ṣe belt, wọ́n lè fi ṣe àpòdọ̀họ tí wọ́n máa fi ń kó kòkó, ẹ̀wà, nǹkan tó fi ń kó àwọn èrè oko tó fi ń kó sí. Then wọ́n tún máa ń lò àwọn tó ń ṣe POP ceiling, wọ́n tún máa ń lò láti fi ṣe POP. Then wọ́n tún máa ń lò ó fún soil remediation, yíyẹ ilẹ̀ tí epo crude oil tó ti bàjẹ́ tá bá da KENAF core fiber sí ó máa tún ilẹ̀ yẹn ṣe padà sí bó ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀. Then wọ́n tún máa ń lò ó láti fi ṣe paper, àwọn paper tí àwọn ọmọ ń lò níléèwé wọ́n fi ń ṣe. So oríṣiríṣi nǹkan òun ni a lè rí lára KENAF. Wọ́n lè fi ṣe flower vase, oríṣiríṣi carpet, ẹni tá fi ń sùn.
Looking at what you have just said about KENAF, sir, and what your institute, how did you come about researching into KENAF? What mandate do you have?
Well, we have national mandate for KENAF and Youth Improvement Program. So every institute in Nigeria has its own mandate. So we in Institute of Agricultural Research and Training, we have mandate to work on KENAF and youth improvement, genetic improvement, and then adding values to the KENAF fiber and generating technology that will lead to sustainable development in Nigeria.
So the way you speak about KENAF, it's like KENAF, it's a multi-dimensional crop.
Yes,
that is very useful. You talk about making bags, using it for POP, using it for various kind of things, belts and all the rest like that. How acceptable is it to farmers?
Well, farmers have really accepted it. Like I said earlier on, I said we have an association of KENAF farmers. So that's to let you know that we have farmers that are interested in it and that are going into its production. So it is acceptable. It's just that in Nigeria, many people do not know about KENAF, but in abroad, a lot of people know about it, and they are coming to Nigeria to get KENAF to their countries for further processing.
bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ń sọ̀rọ̀ kénáfì bẹ́ẹ̀ ní nǹkan tó yẹ kí n sáré kó wọnú ẹ̀ ní kémi náà mọ̀ ṣe bó ni wọ́n ti gbà sí àwọn àgbẹ̀ ti gbà sí táyì pé gbogbo tẹ́ bá ṣe àwọn àgbẹ̀ náà ni mo gbà ẹ̀ wọ́n forí sọ gbogbo àwọn ìwádìí yín ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀ náà ni mo ń parí sí àti pé ọ̀rọ̀ kénáfì tẹ́ ń sọ fún ìdàgbàsókè orílẹ̀-èdè wa náà ni pé ìjọba ti ní ká kúrò níbi tá a wà tẹ́lẹ̀ o tá a gbẹ́kẹ̀lé epo ká wá nǹkan míì ṣe nínú iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ kénáfì tẹ́ wọ́n dárúkọ àwọn òwúlò rẹ̀ tí ó pọ̀ báyìí bó làwọn àgbẹ̀ ti gbà sí ìkíní náà èkejì ní pé so pé ṣẹpẹ́ tí ó bá pé ọmọ lè mọ ní ó ń ṣe báyìí tí ó bá sí bí wọ́n tà síta bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ó rà nobody will want to go to the is it lucrative?
Yes.
What is the attraction in kenaf?
The production of kenaf is very lucrative. Like I said, people in Nigeria do not know about it, but we have off-takers abroad. As like yesterday, some company came to Nigeria to sign an MOU with Kepman. So that's to tell you how lucrative kenaf is. So it's highly lucrative. It's a money spinner. So anybody that goes into it will not regret. But one thing that I want to say is that you must get an uptaker before going into it.
What's that uptaker? Uptaker is somebody...
Those that will utilize it. Those are the uptakers. So you must ensure that you get some, because it's not like cowpea or maize that you can put on your table and eat. So it's not a food crop. It is a fiber crop. So you must get someone that will take it up from you before you go into the production. So
that could be an impediment. Is that right?
It is, but the farmers are getting people that are uptaking it, especially from abroad. What's
the role of IR&T in ensuring that probably for those farmers that wanted to go into it but don't know where to go or get an uptaker, is there any means whereby IR&T will help them to get an uptaker? For example, I want to go into kenaf farming now, and I have a lot of land. I want to go into it. To get an uptaker, will IR&T be of help, or what have you been doing in that regard? Well, as an agric institute, we have our mandate, and our mandate is genetic improvement of that crop. Not marketing. Well, I'm still coming to that. Okay. So we have our farmers, and we encourage them. So it is the farmers, the association, kenaf association, kenaf farmers association, that gets the uptaker. So anybody that is interested in going into it, I will advise that that person should link up with Kepman so that they can put him through on how to go about it. Like I said, yesterday they signed an MOU with a company from USA. So that shows that they are all over the world. So anybody that is interested, they have an office. We gave them office space in our institute. In IR&T? Yes, and we have their phone numbers. So anybody that is interested in going into kenaf production should come to our institute, and we link that person up with with Kepman, and they are ready, they are available, they are ready to accept anybody that is interested in kenaf production. Oh wow! Let's look at the kenaf farming in the general perspective. Is there any special, or let me talk about land values, or any special area whereby we can plant kenaf, or we can just plant it anywhere? Or is there any specific place or land or kind of soil that is appropriate for kenaf farming? Kenaf can be planted anywhere and it will thrive, but the best soil for kenaf is sandy loamy soil. Sandy loamy soil. Yes, sir. Ilẹ̀ tó dúdú tó dẹ̀ ní yẹ̀pẹ̀ yanrìn díẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà. Tó mi ò ráyè mọ wọlé sí ló dáa fún gbíngbin kenaf, but tó lè ṣe dáadáa ní gbogbo ilẹ̀, but èyí tó dáa jù fún gbíngbin kenaf òun ni ilẹ̀ dúdú tó ní yanrìn díẹ̀ tó mi máa lè gbà kọjá nínú ẹ̀. Kí ni ìṣòro tó wà lára kenaf? Tábí mo fẹ́ wọnú ẹ̀ ní ìsìn ẹ̀ pé Ṣẹ́gun kenaf yìí wọ́n lá máa jóyè láti èèyàn bá wọnú ẹ̀ gan, tí èèyàn bá wọnú kenaf wọ́n ní máa jóyè láni. ẹ wò pé bó mo ti mọ̀ yín o mo fèrè ní wọ́n ní bí ẹ̀ bá wọlé ẹ̀ lọ́sàn-án báyìí tó ń bá mẹ́ ẹ máa jó yẹn la fòfòfò bóyá torí làwọn èèyàn fi gbìn pọ̀ kí ìṣòro tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀.
kò sí ìṣòro kan lọ títí náà nípa ti jíjó yàn lára yẹn èmi tí mo jókòó sí bíbá mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí kenaf so nǹkan tó kàn ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé téèyàn bá fẹ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ńbẹ̀ kó wọ aṣọ tó máa cover ara ẹ̀.
kì í ṣe kéèyàn wọ bí singlet.
no kéèyàn máa wọ singlet.
àgbẹ̀ oníkọ́fà ní ti kenaf.
kò ṣe cover kan lọ títí náà bí ká wọ overall a máa ní overall tọwọ́ ẹ̀ máa gùn.
nítorí jíjó nǹkan ìsọ wípé ó sàmọ́ jó yẹn la.
jíjó yẹn ò ṣe nǹkan tó le
pọ̀ lọ títí fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́ ni
tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí produce seed òun ni jíjó yẹn but tó bá ṣì ń grow fún fibre tó bá jẹ́ fibre la fẹ́ lò fún kò sí wàhálà.
nítorí àwọn kankan wà tó yẹ kó yé àwọn àgbẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ kan ní àwọn àjànú kan ló wà ní kẹ́náfù ni máa ń jó yẹn la ni máa ń ṣe bá àwọn pé ẹ láyé wa lónìí bóyá àjànú ni o àjọ̀nú owó ni àbí àṣẹ.
kò sí àjọ̀nú kankan níbẹ̀ èèyàn kan gbọ́dọ̀ wà careful náà ni kò sí iṣẹ́ tí ò ní risk títí ẹ̀ so risk títí ẹ̀ nìyẹn and kò ń ṣe nǹkan tí kò ṣe tí a lè avoid so kò sí problem kankan bẹ́ẹ̀.
Now we're talking about diversification and ability to get foreign currency. At least to be able to make use of it for exports in the country. Since we have that mandate to research on canaf and jute in the country as a national mandate for your institute, IERT now, how helpful as the government to make sure you keep on developing in your research? Apart from funding now, one thing is to give you money and not look at your side. When it comes to sensitization, when it comes to letting people know how valuable canaf is all about, when it comes to participation, did the government just leave you alone? Did the federal government care about you? What have they been doing to ensure that apart from having your research, they're also helping ensuring that it brings a lot of money to the table?
Well, the government has been trying their best. Like anything that involves the issue of canaf, they usually contact us, be it training, workshop or whatsoever. We are the number one that they usually contact concerning that. So the government has been so helpful in terms of funding, recognition, and any other thing that has to do with the development of the institute. You know, I told you that canaf is a national mandate. That is to tell you the interest of government in it. So they always put us first. And I think in August, there was a workshop on canaf development, and we were actively involved in it. And they wanted to carry out a kind of policy on the use of canaf in Nigeria. So we were involved, we were part of the policy formulation, and I believe that very soon it will soon transform into policy.
ẹ jẹ́ n bèrè ilé Yorùbá náà káwọn àgbẹ̀ Yorùbá lè mọ gbọ́n lé ẹ̀ páwọn àgbẹ̀ náà ní gbé nǹkan mú tún bèrè ní èdè ìbò ṣe pé a máa kánjú lù yìí bàbá ti gbé nǹkan báyìí bí kò ṣàṣàrí dé náà ní warawara náà ni àmọ́ ẹ̀gẹ́ olóṣù mẹ́fà àmọ́ àgbàdo olóṣù mẹ́ta àwọn kẹtẹ sọ pé kágbàdo wà lè mọ lóṣù kankan ní ìsìn yóò tún dá kí ni ìgbà wo ni àkókò ọ̀gbìn àti ìkórè kẹnáfù n bá gbé kẹnáfù ní ìsìn ìgbà wo ni yóò dówó.
mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ mo ní pé ó máa ń grow láàrin oṣù mẹ́ta sí oṣù márùn-ún. So a ní canaf bast fibre, a dẹ̀ ní core fibre, a ní canaf seed. So ó depend lé nǹkan tí a fẹ́ rí nínú ẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ fibre la fẹ́ rí, oṣù mẹ́ta ti tó. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jẹ́ seed ni a máa ní sùúrù dé bí oṣù márùn-ún.
Fibre yẹn ni ká fẹ́ lò ó fún tá a fẹ́ lò fún oṣù mẹ́ta ni ṣùgbọ́n tá a fẹ́ kó yọ èso káàtún ráyè gbìn yára oṣù mẹ́fà nìyẹn.
márùn-ún sóṣù mẹ́fà. So àsìkò tá a lè gbìn fún bast fibre yẹn ni pé time tí òjò bá ń rọ̀, àsìkò òjò ó dáa ká gbìn ó máa ṣe dáadáa. Then tó bá jẹ́ pé fún seed ni ká gbìn towards dry season so that a lè gbẹ dáadáa sórí oko ká tó kó èrè ẹ̀.
Is it true that you can get biofuel from kenaf?
Yes, sir. It's very possible.
What is biofuel?
Biofuel are materials that can be used for fuel, that is generation of fuel from materials, local materials that we grow in Nigeria, like gas, ethanol, methane, all that can be obtained from kenaf. Yes, sir.
Why hasn't Nigeria been taking advantage of it all this while? Why did they neglect it?
It's because the awareness is poor.
Or the government doesn't care?
I won't say that. I think it's the awareness. So we need to increase the awareness. Then I realized that in Nigeria, we prefer imported products than our local products. So we have neglected a lot of local materials in our country. So we are focusing on imported materials, and that's what is affecting our economy. So if we can go into look inward and work on our local products, it's going to help us a lot.
Torí bẹ́ẹ̀ tí mo bèèrè pé biofuel pé àwọn kan tán fi ń dáná àwọn bíi gáàsì mọ́ nǹkan kan tán lè máa lò fún bẹ́ẹ̀ tí pé báwo náà gan lè máa lò fún àwọn bíi ethanol tán fi sọ tí mọ́ nǹkan kan
ethane, all that.
nǹkan rí lára kenaf pọ̀ kí ló tìjọba wá kọ̀yìn sí tàbí kan tí wọ́n ti ẹ̀ kọbi ara sí tàbí tí wọ́n ti ẹ̀ nàání ẹ̀ lọ títí tó bá jẹ́ pé táà rí bẹ̀rẹ̀ èmi rò pé yẹ kó ti di gbogbogbò kó ti di táàmù lékì a lè mọ̀ lé epo rọ̀bì gan mọ́ pé kẹ́láfì lámọ̀ lékì kí ló dé ṣèṣe àìbìkítà tàbí àìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé inú ẹ̀.
èèyàn púpọ̀ ò tí ì mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ ni àwọn tó wà ní ìlú òyìnbó wọ́n mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ dáadáa wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ń wá fún yín. In fact our farmers are even unable to meet up with their demand. So, and most times when those foreigners get this product, they will transform it into final product and bring them back to Nigeria, and we buy them in dollars. So that is what is affecting
just like what we do on our crude oil now.
Yeah, exactly.
To take it out and bring it to us.
Bring it back.
Are we jinxed?
I don't.
I know you may not want to answer that question. Ẹja wò báyìí. Kí lẹ lè sọ fáwọn àgbẹ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́ kí àwọn náà dáwọ́lé ẹ lè fún wọn ní ìdánilójú pé ẹ̀yin àgbẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́gbọ́ o ẹ̀yin àgbẹ̀ tẹ́ bá dáwọ́lé kenaf ayé yìí ti dáa owó mọ̀wọ́ pẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ lówó mọ̀wá kí lẹ lè sọ fáwọn àgbẹ̀ tẹ́ lè fún wọn ní ìdánilójú pé kenaf iṣẹ́ tí IRT tí wọ́n ń ṣe research lé lórí àbí tí wọ́n ń ṣe ìwádìí lé lórí tá a sì ti rí pé ìwádìí wa owó ló bá dé kí ni ẹ sọ fáwọn àgbẹ̀ níbo wọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ fáwọn àgbẹ̀ ni pé ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá dáwọ́ lé ọ̀gbìn kenaf ó máa rí owó níbẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá rí àwọn farmers wa àwọn kepman mọ̀ pé mi ò purọ́ nítorí kò sí àṣàdànù nínú wọn. Àwọn fúnra wọn.
yẹ wọn tán kóra wọn jọ tán gbé olówó gbogbo wọn.
àwọn lówó wọ́n máa ń wá lọ́sọ́dọ̀ wa lóòrèkóòrè láti wá gba training lórí àwọn new technologies tabamu wa. So kenaf money spinner ni ẹ máa rí owó níbẹ̀ tẹ́ bá ṣe. I'm assuring you that if you spend about 400,000 on the production per hectare, you are going to get 100% profit on it.
100% profit on
Yes.
it. Let's look at this. Is there any avenue for training?
Yes.
For farmers, I mean, mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mi ò fẹ́ gbìn mi kàn lè jálù ni ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan ló jálù bá ti ń ṣe adìẹ ní ọdún kan ó fún adìẹ tó ṣe ètò àpàjẹ ló pọ̀ nbẹ pùpùpù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ pa ìgbà tí ò mọ bí ó ti ṣe ìmí kan ìmí akẹ́dẹ́bẹ̀ ni mi ò ti sùn lọ ájìtì kí ni irú ipa wo ni ayára ti ń kó about kẹ́ train àwọn èèyàn kẹ́ fọ̀nà hàn wọ́n kẹ́ sọ bí wọn ó ti ṣe irú ipa wo náà kó àti pé ẹ̀mélòó lẹ́ máa ń ṣe irú training yẹn lọ́dún.
À ń ṣe a lot of training lórí ẹ̀ like ní December tó kọjá yìí a sì ṣe training fáwọn artisans tó ń ṣe POP a fi wọ̀n wọ́n bó ṣe lè lo kenaf fibre fún POP a dẹ̀ mú wọn lọ síbi ilé tuntun tí a ṣe kọ́ tó jẹ́ kenaf nìkan la lò láti fi ṣe POP ilé yẹn àwọn náà dẹ̀ rí inú wọn dẹ̀ dùn so lóòrèkóòrè a máa ń ṣe training fáwọn farmers ọ̀dọ̀ tiwantiwa ni àwa là ń coordinate refills means research extension farmers input linkage system. So àwọn extensionists wa wọ́n máa ń interact pẹ̀lú àwọn ADPs àtàwọn farmers. A dẹ̀ máa ń ṣe meeting pẹ̀lú wọn lóòrèkóòrè ní gbogbo states in southwest Nigeria. So we have good rapport with our farmers.
And of course they do come for training often time. How often in a year?
Well, maybe about let me say like every 3 months we do organize trainings for our farmers, and they can come anytime. Because
a lot of people out there will want to go into canal farming, and they will want to find out a lot about what they need to do and how they need to go about it. Let's talk about some of the challenges you face in IRT when it comes to the researching into canal and all these trainings talk about and farmers. What are the reports you get from farmers? What are their challenges? What are those problems that they have encountered that you have solved over time? I'm talking about your achievements now when it comes to your department, that is the Canal and Youth Improvement Program. What are the challenges that you face? What are the victories or the achievements that you have had over time in IRT?
Yes, like the farmer usually come to ask us about the type of fertilizers, inputs that they can use on their field, and we always give them advice on that. We also have fertilizers and pesticides that are developed by our institute, and we usually give them, we do carry out on-farm training with them, participatory training, so that they can see how to use it, and they continue using it, and it has been working well for them. Then we do carry out trainings regularly to update them on the latest technologies that are developed by the institute
for best farming practices.
Yes.
Nítorí ìdódẹ̀ bèbè ní pé mo mọ̀ gbà tí àwọn àgbàdo forí sọ́pọ́n tí àmì wọ̀n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jẹ àwọn àgbàdo àwọn kòkòrò kan báyìí tán bá àgbàdo jẹ́ pẹ́rẹpẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé iléeṣẹ́ ìwádìí yín àwọn náà dìde dókítà kan lọ́dọ̀ yín dókítà Ọdẹ́yẹmí wọ́n tún gba oyè ní orí ẹ̀ from FAO gbogbo ọbẹ̀ yẹn èmi náà máa ń tẹ̀lé yín lọ́dọ̀ yín a máa ń tẹ̀lé yín díẹ̀ òun wá fi béèrè torí pé àṣeyọrí yín pọ̀ ńgbà náà tẹ́pọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀ náà bá lùgbàdì tẹ́pẹ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ pé ẹ ṣèwádìí tó sì jáde dáadáa. Mo fi béèrè pé àwọn nǹkan wo ni ìdojúkọ táwọn àgbẹ̀ ní tí wọ́n ti rí tẹ́ ti ṣàṣeyọrí lórí ẹ̀, àti pé àwọn nǹkan wo ni ẹ rò pé ó wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìdènà tọ́lọ̀ ti lò yín láti jẹ́ pé ẹ tẹrí rẹ̀ bá tí gbogbo nǹkan sì já sí rere.
Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan náà máa ń wá fún. Ìgbà mìíràn wọ́n lè wá sọ fún wa pé bóyá kòkòrò ó ń da àwọn nǹkan táwọn gbìn láàmú, nítorí kòkòrò máa ń da kenaf láàmú púpọ̀. Bí ilá náà ni àwọn kòkòrò tó bá ti lè da láàmú wọ́n á da kenaf náà láàmú. So àwọn scientist wa tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ wọ́n á sọ irú nǹkan tó lè fi fín tó lè jẹ́ kí nǹkan yẹn kó dáwọ́ dúró. Then a máa tún sọ fún ọ irú tó bá sọ pé àwọn ò rí good yield, ń pé nǹkan táwọn rí lọ́dún yìí ó kéré díẹ̀, a sọ irú fertilizer tí wọ́n lè lò láti fi jẹ́ kí ó ṣe dáadáa. So gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn òun la máa ń bá wọn dá sí tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń ṣe àṣeyọrí.
So ẹ jẹ́ kí n kúkú sọ fáwọn ará ilé pé ẹ lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pé wọlé. You can start calling in on this program today, and the line to call is 09037954902. That telephone number will come on your screen now for you to be able to call in, weigh in and ask questions as regards Canaf and Youth from Dr. Kehinde Karim. Dr. Kehinde Karim is a plant physiologist and the head of Canaf and Youth Improvement Program in IART, Institute of Agricultural Research and Training. You can call in to really ask questions from Dr. Kehinde Karim. Now, let's look at the institute itself, the Institute of Agricultural Research and Training. Do they give Canaf and Youth a lot of priorities?
Yes, sir. Because Canaf and Youth Improvement Program is a national mandate So they give it a lot of priority.
Is there any other mandate you have? You say it's the national mandate because it's a national mandate. You have any local mandate? Or?
We have zonal mandates.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have both zonal mandate and national mandate.
Yes.
But KENAF is a national mandate.
And it's our institute is the only institute in Nigeria that is working on KENAF and youth improvement.
KENAF tí mo rí lójú ìwòran wa àfi bí igi ilá mo wọ́n pè ṣé èèbó ọlá tó ní KENAF ni kí ni ìyàtọ̀ tó wà nù igi ilá àti KENAF tí mo rí lójú àwòrán tí wọ́n fi hàn wá torí ó tó tẹ̀lé bí iná ọlá ó tó ń ṣe gbẹ̀ kí ni.
Ní inú ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ a máa sọ pé family kan náà ni wọ́n wà
ẹbí kan náà ni wọ́n
so but kí ni wọn ló kọ̀ yàtọ̀ they belong to different genera and species so but they are the same family so nǹkan àìsàn tó bá ń bá ìlàjà ó máa ń bá KENAF náà jà.
ní mọ̀ gbé ìpè ìbípè bá ti ń wọlé hello ẹ ti wọlé o ọ̀yà ó dà ń pé ẹni ẹ ò sọ̀rọ̀ sókè.
so àgbẹ̀ tó bá ti lè gbin ilá tó ti ń gbin ilá tó dẹ̀ ń ṣe àṣeyọrí ńbẹ̀ tó bá gbin KENAF náà á ṣe àṣeyọrí.
àgbẹ̀ tó bá gbin ilá ǹjẹ́ sọ ni pé ilẹ̀ tó gbin ilá yóò gbin KENAF.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
gbogbo àwọn àgbẹ̀ tó ń gbin ilá náà
wọ́n
lè gbin KENAF wípé ilẹ̀ kan náà ni.
wọ́n ló máa ná lè gbé wọn sí.
ẹ jẹ́ n béèrè ìbéèrè kan láàrin èmi àti yín bì káwọn ará ilé ọmọ gbọ́ gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ KENAF tẹ́ sọ yìí tí ń ṣe wípé olówó mélòó níbẹ̀ láàrin wọn.
èmi
ò kàn ní bèrè ni o káwọn bá ti gbọ́ pé owó dé o.
mi ò rákàún details wọn rí but àwọn Yorùbá máa ń sọ pé ìrínisí òní sọ ní lọ́jọ́ so tẹ bá rí wọn ẹ̀yin náà mọ̀ pé.
káwọn èèyàn ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ owó kan pa káwọn bá ti gbọ́ pé kíní ìmọ̀wó dé o àwọn èèyàn tètè wò pé bóyá káwọn náà kò dá sí number tẹ́lẹ̀ pè sí ni this is the number you can call to weigh in on this program today. Sorry, the network looks bad. A lot of people are calling in. Hello? Oh, let me give you another number to call if that one is not really working well. Another number to call is 090. Let me say it gently. 090 3393 95. Hello?
First call of the day.
Oh, òyìnbó ló bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ níbi eléyìí. 090 3393 9527. That's another number to call. 090 3393 9527. Okay, there's no way you won't have any advice considering your experience that you have garnered over time when it comes to dealing with farmers. Because we are talking about the challenges we have now. What are the problems you're having from farmers? What are the advice you can give them? Are people easily disappointed? I hope you want to tell them, don't get disappointed. Keep on with KENAF. It will bring you money. I'm only saying that I'm not advising them. It has to come from you.
Well, my advice to farmers is that they should remain focused. Whatever challenges that they come across, they should just remain resolute and focused. Because as the country is going now, you know, people are they are migrating out of the country, and due to the situation of the country, all inputs are now costly. So people will feel that, won't I think of also relocating to other countries? But I want to say that if we decide that we are going to live here and that Nigeria is going to become better, it will. Because those countries that we are going to, those people living there, the citizens, have contributed to the development of their country. So we too should contribute to the development of this country so that this country will become a world-class nation that people will be thinking of coming to and to live in. So they should not be discouraged. Things will still
get better.
Yes, things will still be better. And the cost of input and everything will still come down. And farmers are going to enjoy this country very soon. That's my belief.
You are an optimist. It's like you are just dousing people's tension. Now, there is a major problem before we go on this wonderful evening. The major problem is a lot of people wanted to go into farming, but land acquisition is the problem. Àwọn baálé àbíkan láwọn lè filẹ̀ lẹ́ o, àwọn ilé aláwọn lè filẹ̀ lẹ́ o. And many youths also wants to go into farming. I'm talking in the general perspective as a research institute. What do you think could be done to provide land for people? Because a lot of people doesn't have the money to purchase those lands. Even leasing becomes a problem. Is it a national problem?
Yes, it is. But I think the solution is for government to formulate a policy that will make land acquisition for agricultural production easy for people. That's the best way to go about it. Yes, sir.
Ìbéèrè tí mo béèrè kẹ́yìn náà nìyẹn torí àkókò wa tó ti lọ ní òní yìí. Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ pè wọlé mọ̀ rí ìdí tí ó ń ṣẹ́jú pẹ́rú náà ni àwọn kọ́ọ̀lù yẹn ráyè wọlé torí mo fẹ́ káwọn ọ̀dọ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ kán béèrè torí ń tẹ́ sọgbẹ̀yìn náà ni pé káwọn ọ̀dọ́ wọ́n mọ̀ sákiri mọ́ ní pé iṣẹ́ ń bẹ ń bì ní tó sì lè mówó wọlé pọ̀ ní tó sì fi kẹ̀náàfù ṣe ó pọ̀ ẹ já wo the value chain kẹ̀náàfù. How effective has it been? You spoke about bags, chains, you spoke about the jute bag for cocoa packaging and all the rest like that. I've seen that severally in the past. What can we do to ensure that the value chain for canaf and jute improves much more than what it is now?
Well, what we can do is to increase the awareness so that many people will know about the usefulness of canaf and they can go into it.
Awareness ni náà ni àbí.
Awareness, yes.
Táwọn èèyàn fi wò pé ìwúlò canaf ó pọ̀ nítorí pé ó lè tún jẹ́ kọ́wọ́ ajé wa kó gún gégé sí i. Ìtumọ̀ náà ni pé kí wọ́n tún kéde ẹ̀ dáadáa fáwọn èèyàn. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ló fẹ́ ṣe o, wọ́n fẹ́ dáko ilẹ̀ ni ò jẹ́ wọn dáko. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ wọn fẹ́ jápa o. Àìrí ìkànṣe náà ni ṣùgbọ́n canaf tẹ wá sọ yìí náà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni ó fẹ́ ṣe tí wọ́n àwọn ò ní ilẹ̀. Ìbéèrè tí mo béèrè kan inú kí ni àwọn lè ṣe kí ni ìjọba lè ṣe láti rí pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó fẹ́ dáko wọ́n rí ilẹ̀ dáko.
Nǹkan tí mo sọ ni pé kí ìjọba kan ṣe òfin láti jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn tó bá fẹ́ ilẹ̀ fún nǹkan ọ̀gbìn kan jẹ́ kó rọrùn fún wọn láti rí ilẹ̀ láti máa gbin nǹkan sí.
I must thank you for coming on this show this wonderful evening. It's a pleasure having Dr. Kehinde Karim. He's a plant virologist and the head of canaf and jute improvement program from Institute of Agricultural Research and Training. Thank you for coming on this show.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you. My regards to Professor Veronica Obatulu, the Executive Director of IERNT.
Thank you, sir.
It's on this note we are wrapping up today's program. My name is Olusegun Ogunbayi. Next week, Saturday, is going to be another wonderful time. You don't want to miss this program. Bye-bye. God bless you.
Nta Ibadan, first in Africa.